What's going on, everybody? I am your host, 93B Rice, and this is episode 1 of the weekly gaming newscast. This will go live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and we will be going through all the video game news of the week. We're going to be doing this weekly. Right now, as I record it, it is 5 p.m. on the Sunday, so it's about 24 hours between recording and uploading, and any news that drops after now will be on next week's edition. So if something drops big, Nintendo announces the date for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 for some reason tonight, that will not be on the newscast because we're recording it a day in advance, which we will be doing every week. But let's start it off with the first piece of news. Atlus announced that Shin Megami Tensei 5 has sold around 800,000 copies since launch, making it the best-selling title in the series. Congratulations to Atlus and everyone who worked on Shin Megami Tensei 5. It is the first Shin Megami Tensei I have played, and I'm having a good time with it. So it's definitely a game to check out on the Nintendo Switch. In some unfortunate news, Square Enix's CEO Yosuke Matsuda fully embraces NFTs, the metaverse, and blockchain-based games in a public New Year's letter. In the quote, he said, "By designing viable token economies into our games, we will enable self-sustaining game growth." Yikes, that's a big yikes. No one likes NFTs. Well, a large group of people that do like NFTs, but I feel like the majority of people do not like NFTs, especially inside gaming. Keep it outside of gaming. Do your thing. Whatever, I'm not interested, but do your thing. But in games, nah. So, an interesting rumor. We're not going to cover a lot of rumors on the weekly gaming newscast, but this one is very interesting. True Achievements, an achievement site for Xbox games, has listed 55 Xbox achievements for GoldenEye 007, and it appears to be the same as the N64 game. The achievements line up. So is there a GoldenEye 007 remaster remake coming for Xbox? Early last year, a beta build of a supposed cancelled 2007 HD remastered for the Xbox 360 leaked. So perhaps they were taking that build and making a GoldenEye 007. That would be awesome. Nostalgia City. A lot of people would really love that. Now let's look at PlayStation and Xbox's streaming services. Starting with PlayStation Now, they announced that the games for January 2022 will be as follows. The major hits: Mortal Kombat 11, Final Fantasy 7, The Zodiac Age, and Fury Unleashed. Those are not heavy hitters. Mortal Kombat 11 is cool. Final Fantasy Zodiac Age is cool. I don't know much about Fury Unleashed, but when you have Game Pass as big as it is, PlayStation Now ended out the year adding Last of Us 2, though it's already gone, adding GTA 3 Remastered. They were on a nice peak. Now that kind of lowers things back down. I don't think that's a good decision by them. I think they should have had at least one heavy hitter. And then Xbox came back just a few days later, or it might have been the next day, and they blew everyone out of the water with some big announcements. So those three are the major games for PlayStation Now. This is just for the first half of January. Game Pass announced that January 4th, Garaja, Elysia, and The Pedestrian came out. Okay, nothing huge. And then January 6th, Ember, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and Outer Wilds were hitting Xbox Game Pass. Of course, it's past January 6th, so that is now. Those are three big titles, two fantastic indies in Ember and Outer Wilds, and a major banger with Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And then January 13th, Spelunky 2 is coming to Xbox Game Pass. That's just the first half of January to start the year. Xbox Game Pass coming out swinging. You love to see it. And there is more Xbox Game Pass news on the horizon. Speaking of Horizon, PlayStation VR 2 was officially announced at CES Sony presentation. We're going to go through the bullet points for PlayStation VR 2. It is 4K HDR OLED with a 110 degree field of view, frame rate of 90 to 120 hertz, headset sensory feedback, 3D audio, eye tracking, sense controls including haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and only a single cord. I'm not a big VR guy, but this seems like a solid VR system. I compared it to Oculus, which I think is the best VR system out right now. And it's better in some. It's about the same in some, and there's some it's a bit lacking. But I think this is a pretty solid step for PlayStation in the VR world. It's just not for VR's not for me personally. But another announcement at that VR presentation was Horizon. Of course, we have Horizon Forbidden West coming out in February, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, and Horizon Call of the Mountain VR was announced for PlayStation VR 2. So a lot to be excited about if you're a PlayStation fan that likes VR. Now back to the Xbox Game Pass. Ubisoft dropped some bombs for Xbox fans. Rainbow Six Extraction, a game that a lot of people are excited for. A lot of people are like, I don't know, which makes it a perfect Game Pass game, and it is that. Launching on day one, Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass will be getting Rainbow Six. Major title to get for Game Pass, and it's a huge win. And also, Ubisoft also announced that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox platforms in the future. They did say, however, it will be a separate subscription from Game Pass. It won't be a part of Game Pass, which in my opinion, it would have been awesome if it was, but it's okay. Ubisoft Plus is a great service, only on PC right now. It is a monthly subscription, just like Game Pass, just like PlayStation Now, and you get every single Ubisoft game and the DLC. All of that. Anything that comes out, any DLC, you get it. So that coming to Xbox is massive for Xbox, and it is a big win for Ubisoft and big win for Xbox. And to close out the show, not a huge surprise, and I wouldn't say it's a huge bummer. It's a huge bummer for people that really like E3 in person, but E3 will be online again for 2022. Not a big surprise with everything going on in the world, COVID related. E3 is really kind of dying, and a lot of people are embracing it. I will be very sad if E3 dies, because it is one of the things I look forward to every year. This year, I'm super excited for it. Xbox's press conference, what PlayStation does leading up, because you know they don't like E3 anymore. Nintendo's Direct at E3. It is going to be a fun time. So E3 will be online again, but it will be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of the weekly gaming newscast, giving you all your gaming news needs. It's 93B Rice. Come check us out next week and see if you missed anything in gaming news.